and today I will be rating the 8 planes in Harbor Havoc as there are currently. So, let's go ahead and start off with our first one. The one that everyone starts with, that's completely free, is the Basic Gunner. So, I will be rating these planes out of 10, and with the Basic Gunner, I think it's honestly probably going to be like a solid 6 out of 10. It only has guns, so it can't deal that much damage, but it can ram to deal 1,000 damage, but it's also decently fast, and it's a solid plane. So, in my opinion, it is a 6 out of 10. Oh yeah, these are all my opinion. Your opinions might be different. If you have a different opinion, leave them down in the comments for me so I can know what other opinions are. So, the next one is the Bomber. Now, the Bomber is pretty solid. It's 25 coins, but I'm probably going to have to put it lower, maybe like a 5 out of 10, just because it only has 9,000 fuel. It's also one of the slower planes in the game, but it does have 3 bombs, which each deal 1,000 damage and has a gun in the middle. I think it's pretty solid, but it's just not that good compared to the other ones, so I'm just gonna have to rate it probably a 5 out of 10 because that's the most I can probably rate it, in my opinion. Next, we've got the two-seated Basic Gunner, and I couldn't really find any images of it, so this is a combo, but just pretend it's a two-seated gunner. So I would honestly kind of rate it a bit lower than the Basic Gunner because honestly, it's only got a second seat with a second gun. I mean, you can point the second gun anywhere you want if you're in the second seat. But still, it's not able to do all that much damage. It's kind of only good for taking out other planes. So I think I'll also rate this one probably a 5 out of 10 since it's also like 250 coins. It's kind of costly and it's not that much different from the Basic Gunner. So next up we got the two-seat Bomber. So this one, I think it's actually kind of a bit better. I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10. So, it's 500 coins, but it's worth it because it's got a second seat which has a gun. So, the second player can focus on defending the plane from other planes coming in. And then the driver's seat is able to drop 4 bombs and control the main gun. So, honestly, pretty solid, and I'm going to have to rate it probably a 6. Actually, I'm going to change it a 6.5 out of 10. So next up, we got the combo. I've never actually bought it. I've never actually used it, but I know it's very annoying to deal with if you're, like, on a boat. And they also just chase you down if you're in a stealth bomber, so that's really annoying. But how I'm going to rate it is probably... it's basically a Basic Gunner, but with 2 bombs. It's decently fast, so it's basically a fast bomber with less bombs, but it's also it's the combination of a Basic Gunner and a Bomber. So, I'm going to have to rate it maybe 7 out of 10 because it's faster. And it might not deal as much damage, but it's faster. And speed is kind of important in this game. So, solid 7 out of 10. Right. The Jet, next up. Yeah. The Jet's solid. It probably earns like a 7.5 out of 10. It can't deal this guy can deal more damage than him, but he can aim his missiles, and also he's just a lot faster, and he's a pretty solid 7.5 out of 10. I like him. Oh yeah, but he's also kind of expensive, so that's why he's not like an 8 or 9. So down here. All right. Next up, we got the Gunner Jet. Now, the Gunner Jet, I think it's the fastest firing plane in the game. It's got 350 health. It's for 10,000 coins. It's got 8 missiles. And together, it can deal up to 4,000. Well, if you include if it suicides, that's 5,700 damage. So, it's pretty good. I'm going to rate it probably a 9 out of 10. So, last but not least, we got the Stealth Bomber. Now, I would rate it 10 out of 10, but here's the thing. It doesn't have a gun. It can't defend itself against planes or destroy them that well. Only unless you're a super skilled player and know how to drop bombs on other planes, which only a few people know how to do. Like, the YouTuber Harbor Havoc. Shout out to him. Maybe go subscribe to his channel, something like that. He's a cool guy. He does know how to use the stealth bomber bombs. But otherwise, it's got 6 bombs. It's for 12,500. I find it worth it. It's probably a solid 9.5 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, you could say you solve it by having a player stand on it, but you still don't get the points for destroying the planes, so yeah. I'm going to rate it a 9.5 out of 10, so that is my opinion on the Harbor Havoc planes. If you guys disagree or agree with me, leave it down in the comments. Consider subscribing, and if this video hits 5 likes, I'll rank the boats as well. Alright, bye guys. I hope you have a good day.